Welcome back. March is National Craft Month, and we are celebrating with another crafty creation. You've probably seen mosaics at craft shows. They can be anything: tables, picture frames, furniture, mirrors. And if you're like me, you've probably thought about making one on your own. Well, I did, with some help from artist Judy Sell. Here's a look at how easy it really is. So these are just some of the options that you have when it comes to making mosaics?
That's right. I kind of start out with a concept, like someone might give me a teacup or a saucer of the grandma's, so I'll try to make the whole thing with just that one saucer.
That theme.
Right.
Now some of these are frames, some of these are mirrors, some of these are boxes, some of these are jugs or vases. Is there anything that you can't?
You shouldn't put it on metal or any plastic, like a big plastic tray. You might have it all done, and then if it wiggles or vibrates at all, it'll all pop off. It's got to be on glass or wood, and there's a primer you put on the wood so it sticks to it really well.
Okay, well I brought something with me.
Okay.
So
good.
Let's head over here and I'll grab that and we'll get to work. So Judy, what do we do first?
Well, you decide what you're going to put it on, and I see that you brought a really nice mirror.
Right here.
And this is a good mirror because it's thick enough. It's got a little ridge here, so we'll probably build up with the mastic, but this is nice because it's thick enough to hold assorted pieces.
So give yourself at least an inch
or something? At least, because if you get it too thin, stuff will hang out or it'll be too hard to grouch. You'll want to have it hold enough interesting items.
Okay.
And those items can be just about anything. Old jewelry,
tractors and cars,
favorite mementos, or even some old dishes from Goodwill. We're just breaking up the plates with plain old tile nippers.
You want your chunks to be about a ½ inch square. And you'll make some triangles along the way to fit in those odd spots.
Cool. Whoops.
Now things get a little sticky.
It's easier to put on this mastic, which I buy the pre-mixed because it's such a nice consistency.
So the first thing you put on is this.
Right. So why don't you I'll give you a little, see how it's just like frosting. And because there's a little ridge in here, you kind of want to build that up, but we'll just want to, start to fill that in.
Okay, so that's the goal here, is to fill it in. Okay, I think I finished that part. Now what do we do?
That's good to get the orientation. Then I would get the items that you want to have the interest, which is your clock. And I would put a little bit on the back of the clock.
Oh, okay.
Just a
dab?
Yeah, because we'll want to, and then we'll stick it right on what you got there.
Should you put your big pieces on first, or?
I do, because that way I can see my overall. If I work just in one little area, this might be too pink or too busy or too tiny. You have to leave a little river, a little space for the grout to lie in. And these little tiny beads and little shells are like fillers for odd spots.
All right, one final piece. And then actually, Judy, we can do the sides, right, as well?
Right, we can put the mastic on the sides, and we can put either little pieces of colored tile, shards, or we can put some of these glass blobs along the side.
And once we do that, we need to let it dry.
Right, and it'll take at least 4 days, because this is so thick on here, 4 days to a week to dry. And you can test and rock some of these pieces, and you'll see that if they're not moving, they're ready to go, because the grouting process is pushing down in there, and you want these things to be on there good.
All right, so let's move mine out of the way.
Okay.
And you're going to show me how to grout this one here, which you've already done.
First, we mix up the grout with a little water.
Because if it gets too soupy, not good.
Seconds later, we get the right consistency.
And then we'll start to press down. Now start to kind of see how it feels, and press down into the, press all the way down to the piece. To the.
You're almost trying to push through the pieces.
Right. And
we scrape off the excess and clean up our creation with a toothbrush.
when you take it like a circular motion, it kind of starts to clean off what was left on the ceramic part of it. Yeah. So I use the ceramic sealer, and I just put a little bit on, and I'll dab it in right into the grout.
It's not bad, only a few hours.
And Jeff, I have brought my finished creation here. Isn't this neat?
Yeah, it looks cute.
Yeah.
I'd hang this up in my place.
You would?
You know.
It's pretty cool, actually.
That means something.
Yeah, we used actually black grout. You can use any color grout. They come in all different colors, pinks, blues, greens, white, as we were using on that other piece. And, you know, you can put little mementos on. I put my initials up here.
Is there a theme
in the home. No, because I really hadn't given much thought to it, so I'm kind of scattered. But you can actually use all different kinds of themes, and some people use their vacation. If you have some pictures from your vacation, you just cover them with glass or maybe some seashells and use blue grout, and it kind of looks like you're still in the Caribbean, if that's where you were. So
this is the part of your computer keyboard here.
Yeah, exactly. That's a part because I live here in the office, so
Whose
it's pretty
computer
cool.
keyboard was that? I was missing a key.
Don't worry. But let's run through the materials that you need for this project just one more time. You will need ceramic tile adhesive or mastic, sanded grout, which can be any color as we mentioned, and ceramic tile sealer. And the materials cost under 15 bucks, so it's not a very expensive project. And you also might need a scraping tool, which is sort of like a dentist's instrument. It's sharp and curved, and you can actually use that before the toothbrush. It might save you some time, and then use the toothbrush to scrape it off. And anything you want to use in terms of plates and pieces to decorate with, you can put absolutely anything on this little puppy right here.
So it looks nice. You're going to take that home?
Yeah, go home today and hang it up.
All right,
yeah, here
fantastic.
You go. Here's looking at you, Jeff.
Oh, boy.
Still ahead, we're turning to comfort with a big